Hey, good morning. It's a new week. It's time to get another video going. So remember this piece from last week? And I asked if anybody had any suggestions on what to make of it. And I got a couple of good ones. Let me just read them real quick. So one comment was split in two and make two matching vases. I like the thought, but I'm such a wood hog. I hate to make I hate to give up this big piece of wood, so I'm not going to do that. But thanks, Jeremy, I appreciate it. And then Lauren suggested, as a matter of fact, he didn't suggest, he just came out and said exactly what he thought on it, and I appreciate that. Said, I see a hollow form with a fairly large opening, a domed lid out of another wood, perhaps black walnut. I don't have any of that on hand, so it won't be that. A finial on top made of the cutoff piece of the bowl blank. Well, let's give it a shot and we'll see what happens. So that's what we'll do out of it. And I think we're gonna make, let's see, how's this gonna go? I'm gonna make this the bottom and this is gonna be the top. And I'm gonna have to move this as far over this way as I can. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So I have to make a flat spot up here. Have to make this flat so that I can mount it on the woodworm screw. And then, yeah, let's get turning. Let's make something out of this. Alrighty then, that's pretty flat. Let's get our pick where we're gonna do it. We got some cracks right here. I don't think they're gonna be a problem. And this is really solid, so I'm gonna favor this side of the wood. Okay, here we are. Let's see, about 7 3/4. There's 7 and 1 2 3/4, right about there. Somewhere in there. 7 3/4. So there's 7 3/4. We're gonna come out about another inch. And that's favoring this side, and that'll get it away from the cracks. Let's make a mark and then we'll cut it out. Okay. Alrighty, let's get that. Let me mark this out here. You probably can see it just fine, but I'm just gonna mark it out here a little bit so you can see it better. Don't worry, I'll make you watch this part. And make the finial out of the drop off. That's gonna be interesting. See if we can figure out how to do that. Maybe something like right here. All right, I have to say, that made a real pretty blank. I think that's gonna, look at this. I think that's gonna make a really cool looking bowl. Well, let's get her mounted up and see if we can get something done. Okay, here we go. Center it up. Oh man, that's a pretty darn hard piece of wood, I'll tell you. So when I mount this up, they got a flat spot here, so I always line those flat spots up with the chuck jaws. And then when I close down on it, it's got a spacer and it moves back and forth. I pull it all the way forward. And then just give it a little snug. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to McGilla-ize it. And we're spinning free, the brakes are off. Okay, 120 RPMs. And just give it a push on there, and then when we get close, let it go. Lock it down. And just cinch it up till it seats up against the, till it's seated up against the chuck jaws. pretty hard wood. That's not looking too promising there. Doesn't go all the way through though, that's a good thing. Let's do a little CA action there. Give that a few minutes to set up there. Well, bummer. I think I forgot to push play there. Sorry about that. Anyway, here's the bottom. I put a tenon on it. Grooving pretty good on the music in the headphones here. And we're going to get this, we're going to bring this top back down here so we can get the shape of our hollow form. And I'm going to depart from what I normally do. I usually put a cope here, but instead of that I'm going to leave it round, or I'm going to make it round. And I kind of am going to leave this chine here. I kind of like that chine. What do you think? All right, let's see what we can do. Wow. Tight. Oops, I just made a boo-boo there, didn't we? Let's see if we got past that. Nope, we didn't. Oh, we did. We got a little skitch right there we got to clean up too. Need your mind, your ever to be mine. I think I'm going to do some CA glue on these, but I'm going to put a coat of seal coat on there so that it doesn't stain the wood too bad. So this is just to seal the wood around where I'm going to put the CA glue, because I don't want the CA glue to stain the wood. I want to minimize that. So I just give this a couple of shots right here. Give that a couple seconds to dry up. It'll just take a few minutes. I'll be right back. I won't forget to turn the camera on. Okay, that lacquer's set up enough to where it's not going to cause me any trouble, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of CA glue in these cracks. Okay, let's put the scraper to it and we'll I want to make sure I get all this CA stuff turned out of it. Sweet! All right, let's get this thing turned around. Oh, this is gonna be pretty. This is gonna be pretty. I like it already. Turning it 1,000. Probably a good time to have a look and see where we're at here. Oh man, this turns really nice. I like the look of it too. So this is pretty good. This is pretty good right here, but we need to thin it out. This is pretty thick here. That's probably still 3/4 of an inch or more. This crack is holding together good. This crack is holding together good. This crack is holding together good. And this crack is still holding together. So I guess we're doing okay. We got to go get a little thinner though. Something feels like it's beginning to let go in there. I better have a look. It still feels smooth on the outside, so I think we're okay. Let's investigate our cracks. We've got a crack. There's the crack right there. That's that crack starting to show up on the inside. This thick is good. This thick is still too thick and it could go deeper. Now before I go deeper, I'm going to try to get this close to finished. Earthquake, earthquake, earthquake. All right, so I was gonna use this piece of palm, but it's got so bad a crack in it, I just don't think it would look good. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And then I'm gonna go to take a piece out of this piece of burl, maple burl. I think that'll work good with this bowl. So here goes nothing. I need to be 5.5 inches. So that would be like 2.5, 2 3/4 or so, right? There's like 2 3/4, right about there. Yeah, that ought to do it. So I'm gonna just set this up right here. I'm gonna have to get a longer pencil. I'm gonna have to get a longer pencil in my board here. See if we got enough to make a lid out of that. I'm scratching my head. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I guess we'll see. I'll be right back. I'm gonna saw that out on the bandsaw. All right, so here's our maple blank. I think this is gonna be this is the bottom, all right? And this is gonna be the top. So the top is gonna be like, this is going to be the inside of the bowl. It's going to be the outside of the bowl. So we're going to carve this down and see if we can't get it sized out to the size of our bowl to make a proper lid. Okay, here we go. Oh, I didn't have walnut, so that's why we're getting maple. And we're going to do it right at 100 RPM. I'm going to push that guy on there. There, that's biting. Much better than that. Okay, 1,000 it is. In there. Come out the backside over here and clean this up a bit. Okay, now let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that, see if we got most of her. So we got this big old knot right here. I don't know how much of that we're gonna have to lose, but we are gonna have to lose some of it. And we got some, yeah, it's a burl, you know. They are not known for being completely consistent about things. It's a nice looking piece of wood. I think this wood was harvested in like 1984 and it sat in a guy's barn forever and ever and ever. Anyway, let's clean this up a little more. And then I think we're gonna see how it fits. I'm sure we're gonna have to take some more off the outside of that. But... So where are we at here? Let's start right here. Yeah, I think we can go a little bit smaller here, so we're gonna make that a little smaller. A little smaller yet. Oh, there's a lot of pithy stuff right there. I think I'm going to dump some CA glue on that. I know we got to turn that out a lot further though. I'm going to turn it down a little further first. So you have to remember when you're turning this, when you're taking it down to size, you're getting 2 for 1. So if you take it down 1/8, you've taken it down 1/4. So that's why you got to sneak up on this, and it'll go real fast on you if you aren't careful. You were almost there. Now we're just... Alright, now that I've stained everything horribly with CA glue, I'm going to go ahead and lightly turn through that, and then we're going to check the size of this thing and see if it's the right size for our bowl. Currently. Well, maybe this will give us an idea. What if we just go like this? How's that look? Yeah, that's still bigger. I can turn it down a little further, no problem. I'm going to turn that down. I'm just going to rub that down a little bit further and see if I can't get this little section here to blend in. But this one here is still looking really good. So quality of steel and manufacture makes a difference. Okay, let's see where we're at. See if we got through that. Oh boy, that makes an awful clean cut. Yeah, so now we're all the way through that. And I'm liking it. Now I'm going to cut my lip down here. I'm going to cut it down until it's about right in this area here. And then we got to make it fit for the bowl side. And I think we're gonna, yeah, let's scrape this off some more. All right. Well, we may be doing some truing on that. Oh, let's see what we got here. A little bit bigger than the inside of the thing. Whoops. Whoops. That's pretty sharp. I'm being summoned. Be right back. Let's see if the bowl fits. Nope, bowl don't fit yet. Well, I'm just sneaking up on it here. Okay, I know I'm getting close. I'm just using my parting tool to do that with. No, I'm not there yet. I'll have to keep going. You have to remember that you're taking 2 for 1 on this. When you think you're close to it, you take out what you think the difference is. It's twice as much as you think. Just like that. See, now I'm twice as big as I wanted to be. I wanted it to. See, that fits pretty good. Now I can probably tighten that up just a little bit. That's funny. I make that lecture about cutting too much off, and then I cut too much off. How about that? It's not too much. I mean, look, it's sitting there. It's not gonna fall off. But if I'm honest, that's probably a better fit anyway. You can make it go, but when you do that, the least little bit of humidity makes it change. I mean, the lid warps out a little bit. So what I'm gonna do here, loosen that guy, move this guy over, and then I think we're gonna take another little bite off of this. Let's see if that doesn't tighten that little tiny bit of lip up there. Even better. I think that's going to be perfect. We're going with that. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks good. So I don't know if you can see this or not. There's a little bump there and a little bump there and a little bump there where the chuck jaws leave this little space when you tighten her down. And then I made a pencil mark right there. That's my number 1 jaw right there. So I just lined it all right back up into that. Okay, here we go. We're going to sand her from, this is pretty smooth. So we're going to start at 100 grit and go all the way to 400. And I'll show you how it starts, and then I'll bring it back when it's done. So it's just like that. Oh, let me turn on the noisy part. Doctor's Wood Chop. It's good. It works great. Puts a good shine on things. Good seal. Shellac based. Wish it was a little bit warmer in here. That would be good. Rub it on, wipe it off type stuff. Off to the races, little piece of wood. Now it's kind of chilly in here, so that's kind of fuzzing up pretty bad. I got a little on me there. And the lid I'll do on a buffing wheel. I'll just buff that off on that. That'll take care of that. Here's what that looks like. I'm just rubbing that on there. Then we'll go to the buffing wheel and unbuff it. And there you go. Simple as that. Nothing complicated there, right? Let that set up a little bit and we'll burnish it on the big wheel. How's this look? Looks pretty good. God, it looks almost like walnut. It's not chestnut. But that's good. That's kind of what we're looking for. Let's put that in reverse. Give her a spin. Let that cure for a bit. I'll put it on the buffer a little later on. You might put another coat on there. We'll see. Looks pretty good. Are you watching? Yeah, good. Okay, I saw this on YouTube. If you turn a wrench and sharpen it up, and if this doesn't work, if this comes back and hits me in the face, I'm gonna feel stupid. We'll try and see what happens. Well, find out if it's any good or not, I don't know. Can we film me? Yeah, good. There we go. Oh, my hat's not in the way. Boom, just like that. What do you think of that? Then we'll sand that off on the inside. Done deal. Looks smoking good, I think. I've got some glue and glue that on there. I'll put this guy on here just like this. And then when I turn my bolt, originally when I set it up to turn the tendon on there, I always just make a little dot. So I got the center of that rascal right there, and poof. Can't hardly miss. Bolt gouging. Whittle away at it. Which is all the way down to about nothing right there, and then I just turn this down to about, oh, not very fast. And do it like Phil Anderson does. Just push that guy right through there, and poof, when it stops turning, you're done. Just like Phil. And there it is. So we'll sand this up, and then we'll see you up in the hobby hut. All right then, here it is, the Chestnut Challenge. Was a great project, had a blast making it. It turned out beautiful. I'm gonna have to open up some more challenges like that. Walnut was suggested for the top, but I didn't have any of that, so I used some maple burl, and the finial is chestnut. It didn't come out of the blank because what was left was pretty cracked up. This thing has a fair amount of cracks in it, but they're kind of cool. You can see them coming around right here. Yeah, a lot of fun to make. Hey, if you liked the video, you know, I appreciate you watching. If you could hit the like button down on the bottom there, that would be much appreciated. Also, if you are inclined, subscribing would help me out a bunch. Yeah, I guess that's it for this one, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And yeah, so on that note, we'll shut her down and call it a week. Get ready for the next one.